Hello, I am Chase Vitulich and I am an intern with the Borgen project. I just wanted to let you know why this organization is so important and why we need to provide foreign aid. So far, the global poverty rate has dipped by a substantial amount. I think people tend not to realize that because it is such a big problem. It may not be an easy process, but global poverty has gone down by a massive amount over the last 50 years, and it continues to decline. 50 years ago, about half of the world lived in extreme poverty. Now it is less than 10%. As the world becomes better off, we become better off. Emerging markets mean that there are more people buying U.S. goods, which creates jobs and benefits regular individuals. However, I think most of all, providing the means for those who are not as fortunate as us to lift themselves out of poverty is simply what we should be doing. People born into poverty should not have to stay in poverty. I think we are at a point in the world where poverty really should not exist, or at least should be so low that it will be soon eradicated. I also used to believe that it is a fruitless endeavor to try to help the impoverished. However, when looking at the history of poverty and how all encompassing it used to be, I have realized that progress is not a straight line. Lifting the poor out of poverty is a process of small steps that leads to massive results over the course of decades. That is why poverty reduction programs are so important, because they are what help to provide these small steps. The Borgen Project campaigns for foreign aid by getting Congress to pass billions of dollars in legislation to help struggling people across the world. They engage in both direct and grassroots lobbying to do this. The will of constituents is one of the reasons why the Borgen Project has had so much success over the past 23 years. This is where you can help. Although donations are a big help, it does not necessarily mean that it is the only way. Simply sending an email or making a phone call to Congress can be what ultimately convinces a senator or a congressman to tip the scales in passing an anti-poverty legislation. By doing this, you can play a small but meaningful role in the reduction of poverty both at home and abroad.